Over the last few years, Microsoft has been making the rounds in the gaming community with its mass studio acquisition spree. In 2018, Xbox acquired a whopping 6 brand new first party studios, and they were Ninja Theory, Compulsion, Playground Games, Undead Labs, Obsidian, and in Exile. And later in the following year, they acquired Double Fine. All of these studios have shown a tremendous amount of potential with their upcoming games lineup. Then later in 2020, Xbox shocked the whole gaming world by acquiring Bethesda for a whopping $8 billion. This acquisition has shifted the power dynamic between Sony and Microsoft. It's going to change the outcome of this entire generation. You thought that was big? Xbox just recently acquired Activision Blizzard. Yes, let that sink in, for nearly $70 billion. This shows Microsoft's commitment to the Xbox brand, and it shows no signs of slowing down. So here are a few studios which I think Xbox should acquire, and it would definitely bolster their lineup. Let's get into it. Bear in mind, this list is in no particular order. With that said, first up on the list is Dontnod Entertainment. Dontnod have had a history with working with Xbox, with the most recent being Tell Me Why. Dontnod is mainly known for their work on the Life is Strange series, but that is not the reason why they're on my list. In 2018, they had released a game called Vampire, and it was one of the best RPGs of the PS4/Xbox One generation. I believe given the right budget and creative freedom, Dontnod can make great games for Xbox, as they have proven themselves with Vampire and Life is Strange series. So that's number one on my list. Next up on my studio bucket list is Larian Studios. Now, this studio is known for their work on RPGs, particularly on PC. Some of their recent works include the Divinity Original Sin series and the most recent installment in the Baldur's Gate franchise. I believe the studio will further bolster Xbox's reign over Western RPGs, and given the adequate amount of support and budget, this studio could compete with the likes of Bethesda Softworks and Blizzard. In my honest opinion, I think they've clearly proven themselves with the likes of Divinity and now Baldur's Gate. So that's one. Next up on my studio bucket list is Avalanche Studios. In my eyes, this studio is a no-brainer. They're known in the gaming community for their work on Just Cause and the Mad Max series, and have just recently collaborated with Xbox on Second Extinction, and will also develop a brand new AAA game titled Contraband exclusively for Xbox. The studio would benefit Xbox Game Studios because action-adventure games are one of the games missing from Xbox's portfolio, and this is the perfect studio to fill that gap in. I'm guessing Xbox is just waiting for Contraband to launch, and looking at its reception to that game, I think they'll make a decision on that very soon. Now, this is a sort of weird one. Next up on my list is Quantic Dream. They're known for developing Detroit Become Human and Beyond Two Souls. And as of now, none of these games are available on Xbox. They're exclusively on the PlayStation. But taking a closer look at their projects gives me reason to believe that they will have a monumental impact on the Xbox brand. They develop narrative-heavy games similar to the likes of Hellblade, and that is exactly what Xbox is missing, well, obviously, besides Hellblade. In the right budget, this team could make games at a scale similar to Sony's exclusives like The Last of Us and the God of War series. They do have a sort of big budget action adventure game in the making, and it's in the Star Wars franchise. It's called Star Wars Eclipse, and it will show Microsoft why they need this team under their Game Studios banner. I think it's not that likely Microsoft's going to go acquire the studio, but again, I think it will severely benefit them, and we're all sleeping on the studio. Now, following Quantic Dream is Ember Lab, another third-party PlayStation studio. They're the developers behind the most recent PlayStation indie gem, Kena: Bridge of Spirits. This game alone justifies why Xbox should look into acquiring the studio. Their unique artistic approach creates a visual treat for gamers and offers immersive gameplay experience. This studio will undoubtedly prosper under AAA treatment and under the Xbox banner. I doubt this is happening, but teams like Ninja Theory were third-party PlayStation studios, and Xbox just snapped them up. This could be next. Okay, so if you're a frequent listener of our podcast, you will have heard me mention this studio multiple amount of times, and it's none other than WB Games. This again is a no-brainer. I don't understand why Microsoft isn't throwing money at AT&T to acquire them, especially now with the Activision Blizzard acquisition. They've shown they got the money. They've shown they're willing to spend. So why not just throw $10 million at WB Games? They have the most diverse studio lineup out of all the publishers Xbox has been rumored to acquire, with a fighting game studio in NetherRealm, top-tier action-adventure studios in Monolith, Rocksteady, and Avalanche, and a wide array of smaller studios that could become major players within the industry. Not to mention, acquiring WB would give Microsoft access to the Nemesis system, which would benefit every single one of their studios. What would make the deal even sweeter is if Microsoft could figure a way out to license the DC IP exclusively for Xbox. I think this is definitely possible considering the amount of cash Microsoft has. This would be the perfect competitor to PlayStation's Marvel lineup and would take Xbox game studios to a whole new level. And yeah, that was me fanboying over WB Games. And those are the studios I think Microsoft could and should acquire. If you have any thoughts or comments on my choices, make sure to leave a comment down below and list some of your choices. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more content, share it out with others who might enjoy it, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.